Sup bros, Sir Havoc here. Welcome to this episode of The Pathway to Unicum, The Art of Hiding in Bushes. In this episode we are covering the game mechanics of how to hide in a bush and how to fire from a bush and remain undetected. Now this is not really that difficult, so we're just going to take a brief visit to the training room so I can show you how this all works. Then we're going to look at some gameplay footage and see how we can put this theory into practice, including a T-57 Tier 10 heavy tank that is able to remain hidden whilst firing at the enemy tanks only 120 meters away. If you want to become a master at hiding in bushes without getting arrested, or indeed firing from them, stay tuned right to the end, because not only will you receive all the information you need, but you can take a little peek at my ridiculous outtakes, because believe it or not, this has taken me over an hour to record. I'll see you in the training room. Please remember to subscribe and like if you enjoyed my movies. So here we are in the training room with Walk 3 ALA. Thank you Walk for assisting me in the training room. So all I want you to do is pay attention to the bush here. It's really not that hard. I'm playing it at quarter speed so I have enough time to say the things I need to say, and I'm going to speed it back up in a minute. You see, as I approach the bush, I turn the screen round to look at my silhouette. Now what you are looking for is a solid silhouette. If the silhouette has broken lines or imperfections, then you can be spotted through the bush. As you can see, as I turn this round, the front of my tank is clearly visible. Now if there wasn't a second bush there, I would be spotted. But there is a second bush there, so I'm not spotted. As you can see, I pull back and create a solid silhouette, and that's when I'm in full cover. Now with these tanks, it's quite simple. If you haven't got a solid silhouette from the side, front, back, then you can be spotted. The moment a tank goes round the side of a bush and approaches you at an angle where the bush isn't visibly covering your tank and you have silhouette. So we're back on normal speed now, and I want to show you the difference between one bushes of cover and two. So here we are, and we're behind two bushes. We go forward to one bush, we get spotted about 87 meters. We have full silhouette, but we still get spotted. That is because my camo value is no longer stronger than his view range, even with the cover of a bush. Go backwards, unspotted. Go forward to 91 meters with single bush, spotted. Okay, now this is a light tank, so moving around doesn't affect the camo value. Now I sit behind two bushes. Okay, now Walk is approaching me. Here he comes. No sixth sense. There we have sixth sense. He's at just under 50 meters. This means that he didn't actually spot me till he proximity spotted me, which will happen no matter where you're on the map if a tank is within 50 meters of you. And that is the difference between one bushes of cover and two. Here is how to fire from a bush without being spotted. You will notice that I see him through one bush. I'm only looking through one bush. The bush cannot be seen as I scope in. I fire. I get spotted. I have full silhouette. I'm looking through the bush and I get spotted. If you pull back 15 meters from the bush so the bush solidifies, you can then fire safely without being spotted. As you see, I move forward to spot. I can not see through the bush, I can only see the silhouette of the tank. I fire, I'm not spotted. And that is quite simply the difference between firing through a bush and being spotted and not. Most players go up to a bush, the bush is transparent, they fire a shot and be detected. All you really need to do is pull back 15 meters until the bush is solid in front of you and you can't physically see through it. Put your reticle over the enemy tank so you see silhouette, and then fire. There's no great secret or no great skill, it's just a game mechanic that you need to be aware of. And with this you can instantly bump up your score, improve your game, and make a difference to your game and the team's game. Now that's using two bushes. Yet let's go back to using one. It's not that hard, it's exactly the same. You're at a bush, you have full silhouette, you make sure of that. You sniper scope through. The bush is invisible because you're sat in it. You fire.
And now you are spotted.
You get seen. If you pull back, so the bush is solid. There you go. That's the difference. Forwards, back. The moment it goes solid, you fire, and you're not seen. That's at about 130 meters. How many times have you been in this position on that map, I wonder, and been firing and been getting spotted and shot, when all you really needed to do was pull back 15 meters and you could have fired safely? I pull forwards. I look through the bush. It's not solid. I can see straight through it. I fire.
And now you are spotted again.
And I'm spotted. In this clip I wanted to show you the benefit of knocking down trees for cover. As you can see, the tree is very long and in itself is probably more than 15 meters. Now, I knocked down the tree. I was seen.
Not anymore.
Now I'm not spotted. See that little no way from WoT there? I fire. An interesting thing happens. The tree isn't solid, but I'm still not spotted. Now that was unexpected for me, because this was a test. But I believe that's because the tree is longer than 15 meters. It registers as transparent because I'm right next to it, but I still didn't get spotted. I pull back and now it's definitely more than 15 meters to me. I didn't get spotted again. So if you're ever unsure about whether a tree will cover you or not, there you go. Here's an example of how this can be used for heavy tanks. So I've got a full silhouette. I've got a solid bush. I think it's about 130 meters. I'm able to fire.
Nope.
I'm in a heavy tank and not get spotted. Pull forwards. You can see the range there. I don't get spotted. Now, because there's lots of bushes here, I've asked WoT to approach me to see at what range we spot one another. So I've pulled right back. I've got solid bushes there. And I'm just going to wait here. I spot him. He spots me, and it's about 80 meters. In this next clip, in the Type 64, in a well-known bush in Malinovka, and I've got my full silhouette there. You can see me checking it. Turn my tank to the side in case I get spotted, so I can make a quick exit. I'm keeping the bush between me and the enemy, and if the enemy moves round to the side, I try to move to a part of the bush where I'm covered. And you'll see that from this location now I'm able to spot a lot of the enemy team. It's not the best spotting round I've had in this match. You know, I've got I think up to 6,000 spotting damage before in this bush. Sometimes you literally go up there and spot a whole team, and the same with the bush on the other side if you're spawning on the south. So you can see I'm just sat there. I've got my silhouette. I'm just being patient, and this is how bushes can help you. If I fired from this bush, I'd be spotted because I can't get far enough back and keep the cover. If I pulled back 15 meters, stuff from the other side could possibly spot me, and has done in the past. So as the team moves forwards, I move across to another bush, see if I can get some more spots. And that's just how you kind of have to play bushes. Move from bush to bush, make sure you got your silhouette, and off you go. Here's Rodis in his tank destroyer using the bushes in this enchanted forest to good effect. Now this forest is well known for having loads of bushes, and especially if you're in a tank destroyer, being able to fire up real close. Now as these enemies come in, you can see he's got full silhouette from pretty much every angle there. They're all getting so close. I think one of them was as close as 65 meters and he was still firing undetected. And you can do this in tank destroyers with heavy cover. Just recently there has been nerfs, so tank destroyers don't have it quite so easy. You know, they do get spotted now once they're fired, but if you've got heavy cover in bushes like this, you won't be, or not so as easily anyway. And we've got some great clips coming up for you, including Nether Prime from Seal Clan, a Unicum, in a replay where he actually gets up to 7,500 damage. We don't have all the replay, but we have a huge part of it. and also a T-57 that remains hidden in a bush whilst firing at enemies 120 meters away, so stay tuned. As you can see, Rodis is making short work of these enemies. He still hasn't been spotted, and off you go, job done. Now here's Wolfie 90 in his T-57. Now he's using them bushes like a pro. The difference between him and us in the training room is he has people to spot him. So where it was just me and Walk in the training room and we had to keep creeping forward to spot one another, when he gets into a good position in this bush, he's got his team to spot for him, so he can pull back the 15 meters and just let rip. And you see he does. I actually speed it up because we'll be sat here for quite a while if we don't. But just watch the damage counter in the top left go up. So them guys are 120 meters away. I think that time's closer. He's got full silhouette. He's got multiple bushes. He just lets them have it. Thank you very much for this replay, Wolfie. It's really appreciated. I was unaware of this position till you sent it in, and I will be using it to great effect from now on. I really appreciate that. You guys remember this position. It will serve you well. Next clip's me in the VK2801. Interesting game where at about this point my little boy woke up, so I had to scoot up there, pick him up, and then come back to the bush. I spot most of the team. Silhouette reasonably well, not perfect, there's a little bit of the track sticking through there. Got some enemies coming around to my right, and as you can see that side of the tank is not covered, so I can be seen. Doing good spotting off to the front and the left. Now an interesting thing is I've got an enemy scout coming around on my right. I'm thinking that he's going to spot me, and he doesn't. He's 220 meters away from me. He doesn't spot me. I spot him, I fire, and that's when I get seen. So as you can tell, I'm right next to the bush. Of course I'm going to get seen. I knew that, so I pulled down. Now it's time to wait till I'm not seen and then go forward and do a bit more spotting. I didn't want to go straight back to the bush, so I tried a little bit of peekabooing over the edge, but eventually I go for it. Now here's the last clip of the video. A real pro, Nether Prime in his Object 140. As you can see, he's up on top of the hill there. He's got good silhouette, he can't be seen. He wants to fire. He's a pro, so what is he going to do? Just wait for it. He pulls back. He gets his 15 meters. The bush is solid. Now this is a different version, so I didn't sniper fire in for too long because it goes all funny. But just watch. I mean, I have to keep speeding it up because the game lasts for quite some time. I believe it's just under 8,000 damage in this game. I watched the whole replay. It is amazing. But during this little bit here, you'll be able to see that he racks up quite quickly, about 4,000 just whilst we're watching. And all he's doing is sitting 15 meters behind the bush and spotting. How many times have you seen people go to that point and die? How many times have you gone to that point and died? How many times have you gone there, sat right next to that bush, shot and been spotted? All you need to do is pull back the 15 meters. That's how the pros do it. It's not rocket science. You don't need a diploma. You don't need an ology. You just need to pull back 15 meters. And for all you new guys out there, that is the message. Pull back 15 meters. You've got a solid bush, fire through it. Now, it's hard to talk about bushes for so long without some sort of innuendo, so I'm going to get off now. Please remember to like and subscribe, and please stay tuned because I've got some silly outtakes from when I was trying to do that video bit at the beginning, which they amused me, so I thought I'd put them on there anyway, so check them out. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye for now. What's up, bros? Now, if you want to become a master at hiding in or firing from bushes, stay tuned right to the end, because then you're going to get all the information you need to go in, improve your game, and do other stuff. I don't know. If you then we're going to look at some gameplay footage. Beep. Fuck.